feel that maybe at half time you're right in it?
Yeah. I felt we weathered the storm well after the first sort of 15-20 minutes, where the writing's on the wall a bit, and they started fast and they got a lot of speed of ball was very good with them, and they got on top of us. But then I felt like physically we got right back into the game and we rattled them with a few tackles, etc. And to be at 15-14, I felt we were right in the game, because I felt the longer we were in the game, the more we could probably put the pressure on Leinster, and turn the heat up on them. But credit to them, I felt straight after half time, that sort of 15 minutes after half time, they really took a grip of the game with some intelligent kicking. They pinned us back and didn't quite get enough ball in the right areas. And the ball we did have, I felt they pressured us or lined up well, and we were always on the back foot. And when it did break up, we scored a lovely try at the back of it, but I just didn't think that we had enough momentum. The first try we scored was more of a phase play where we got gain line, and we scored, but we didn't get enough for that, I didn't feel, and we were always on that sort of back foot.
A lot of teams say that the pressure at Leinster just keeps squeezing. Do you think that's what makes them, or that's maybe what allowed to win when you were scoring tries against them?
Yeah, I think that's the game, isn't it? I think the ability to stay in the arm wrestle and keep the gain line. And credit to them, I felt, they put us under pressure. They took their try nicely, changed our defence slightly off that scrum, and they spotted it early, which is smart from them, and that's put it over the top. Whether he grounded it or not is a bone of contention. But I think that they were smart anyway to spot it.
Basically, they were saying you were offside with that counter punch try.
No, tit for tat then, isn't it? Tit for tat.
At risk of stating the obvious, the yellow cards in the second half at key moments as well were sucker punches. Yeah,
they were, because it didn't allow us then to get back into the game. I did feel, but look, I'm proud of our commitment and our competitiveness. Start of the season, we said that we wanted to compete, and we knew we had a young group, and it's been a couple of years where we've had to transition a bit of a team. To the point where we know we've got a young side who are growing now, and that's the first. I spoke this week about stepping on that train on the journey and having the guts to do it, and I think that's what we've done this year. I'm disappointed we've lost. Obviously, that goes without saying, because I felt like we could get right amongst it, but I think that we showed enough in that game to say that we can grow from there, and we can make ourselves better from there.
It's pretty obvious and pretty high profile that Leinster's attention was getting on another Champions Cup, and there's been a big fallout here as well. Did you feel like that gave you guys a big opportunity when they're a little wounded?
Yeah, I think that we undoubtedly we spoke about the pressure. There's a lot of pressure on them, from the press that's been released by Leinster this week. I know you guys have given them a hard time as well in terms of that, and I think that that probably for us was like we needed to take the game as long as we could. And see what if we could unsettle them a bit. But look, I think that in terms of talking about that, but they've been in high profile games for the last sort of 10 years really, and I think that they've got a lot of experience in those games and seeing out those games, and I think they probably showed a bit of that today. Taking nothing away from ourselves, I think we stayed in it, but a bit of class now here and there probably set the two teams apart.